I'm Tara.
Hi, and I'm Cecilia.
And we're winging it
in a
in
Winnebago.
Winnebago. Rough start, babe. This is our first time doing this podcast in separate locations. How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing good. Very busy.
Yeah, me
How are
too.
you?
I'm visiting my sister. And yeah, so we are busy here. They're getting ready to move, so I am helping them around the house and with their little one while they try and pack things up.
That's good.
Having a good time. But I
Aw,
miss you.
I miss you too. Benny too. Look at him. He's been really needy.
Oh, that's my guy. Miss my little one. My little buddies.
Right,
Miss
baby?
him and Bonsai and Bird. Yeah.
Say something to your mom
Miss your
and
guy.
to our followers.
Please.
I guess he's going to be on here.
So this week I was thinking that I would do what I did last week and give a hint about where we were and give people the opportunity to guess before we just give it away. What do you think?
I love it.
Okay. So this week's hint is we were standing in a forest with trees that were millions of years old.
Dun dun.
You love to do it.
I know.
So first, let's talk about where we stayed, which was in Gallup, New Mexico, at the Fire Rock Casino.
Ooh.
We did some dry camping again. This was our second
time dry camping.
Yeah.
But it was our first time getting there in the dark.
Yeah, and I hated that.
Yeah.
0 stars, would not recommend.
Do not.
Yeah, no, it was not good. I mean, obviously we made it there safe and sound, and that was all fine and dandy. But the drive was scary. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Spent a little too long at our destination during the day. So when we hit the road, we did not plan it well and ended up having to do about 45 minutes after the sun had set. And, obviously the first 20 minutes, it was still kind of twilight, but then the last 25 minutes, it was really dark. And we were on a stretch of Route 66 and there was construction on it and it was not well lit at all. And
it was not.
It was kind of scary.
It was scary because it was construction and everybody was driving fast, like over the limit.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
Yeah, that's true. And because of that, obviously in a car at night, you can see things as you're turning or whatever. But with the Winnebago, it's 35 feet long. So if I need to make a turn, I need to know where I'm turning. Like I can't just be guessing mid-turn. And so that made me quite nervous. And I don't want to do that again. So we were like, never again. And usually we're good about planning it. We just took a little bit longer than we expected to that day. And so yeah, it was a little scary. But so we got to Fire Rock Casino, and because it was after dark and we were leaving early in the morning, we weren't staying there for the next day. We didn't even go inside. We didn't go inside and get a parking pass and talk to security, which we normally would do and have done since then. But because we got there late, we didn't do that. But we did have to go to the gas station. We just took the car. We parked, got everything set up, got the animals comfortable, and then we went to the gas station.
Yeah, because we needed gas for the generator. Also, we didn't go in there to do anything, like get drinks or gamble. That's the only one that we didn't go in there.
Yeah, we didn't even go inside.
Ugh, that's crazy.
Sure didn't.
Let's go back.
Officially, New Mexico. So Arizona is officially in the rear view. We'll see you soon, Arizona.
Toodaloo.
I know. Yeah. I miss it a little bit, but we'll definitely be back.
I miss the warmth.
I know.
But
it's just warm there.
So let's talk about that gas can. Oh my goodness.
When we went to get gas at the gas station.
Yeah, so we had like a 1 gallon gas can. And I'm like, this is not enough. Let's get a bigger one. So before we left, where was it? I can't remember, but it was still in Arizona. We went to Walmart and we bought one. Well, I didn't
A
notice
five
that it
gallon, I
didn't
think.
a 5 gallon, yeah. So I didn't notice that it didn't have that little spigot thing,
Hmm.
and
The
then
pourer or whatever.
yeah, and somehow it was extra locked. So we
Yeah.
tried to open it. Two gentlemen tried to open it as well or unlock it, and that was
We had,
unsuccessful.
oh my gosh. Yeah, we had the gas station attendant. We had like a couple of
A
dudes that
customer,
were coming into the gas station, right?
yeah.
And we kept, oh my gosh, I think so. It has a child safety lock on it, and I think that it had gotten off of the track, so it didn't matter what we were doing, it just wasn't working. You could not unscrew it and you couldn't like pull it off. Anyway, we were like, "Do you have a screwdriver?" I felt so bad for that gas station attendant because we just kept going up to him like requesting things. Like, "Can we try a
Yeah.
screwdriver? Can we do you have a hammer? Do you have scissors? Do you have we just kept getting different tools. How about a pair of pliers?" And
Yeah.
finally we were
A
using I
pair of
don't a
scissors.
combination of tools. I
Yeah.
think also the pliers
This
and a screwdriver and, like, kinda
mhm.
wedging the whole thing off, and we ended up just
Yeah,
breaking the cap
I
off.
ended up cutting it off with the scissors. I'm like, "We don't need
Yeah.
this."
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we
Well,
just
we
filled
had
it up.
another one and
Yeah, we filled it up and then we took it back. But we did the what is it called? The cap from the 1 liter fit perfect.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, thank goodness crisis averted. So when we got back from that ordeal, we were exhausted, just went to sleep and got
Mhm.
up early the next morning. Okay, so have you guessed where we were? The clue was standing in a forest with trees that were millions of years old. And the answer is we went to the
Hold on,
Petrified Forest. Oh, too late.
Bennington wanted to say it.
Oh my gosh.
Look at him.
Okay, what do you got to say,
Do
Bennington?
do you remember where we were, Benny? Do you remember? We were at, the ugh, Petrified Forest. Do you remember that? Do you remember the Petrified Forest? Yes. So the
Uh,
answer is
Petrified
Petrified Forest.
Forest uh, and Painted Desert.
Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful.
And it was. So we ended up parking the Winnebago on the south side of the park. On the south entrance, there's a little like roadside attraction gift shop slash like small RV park. And so we just parked there. We parked the Winnebago there, I should say. And then we just took the car in because you pay per vehicle and we don't have the America the Beautiful pass yet, although that is definitely something we need to do.
That is on our
So
list.
then we just, yep. So then we just took the car, and it is a 28-mile long national park. And we drove the entire thing. We decided we wanted to drive through the whole thing first and see, what interested us the most.
Mhm.
So we drove through all the way to the north side, and then we turned around, and on the way back, we stopped at the little um, like lookouts along the way and saw how like the, eh, on the south side it starts with like the petrified forest area, and so there's like a bunch of the petrified wood there, and as you go further north the colors start changing more, and so on the north side is more of the painted desert looking area,
Like
right?
watercolors. Mhm.
Yeah, it was really cool, so beautiful. We took some incredible photos. We stood in a couple of lookout places, one of them where you can look out and it's got like a picture in front of you that says like here's what you're looking at, and it said from this point of view right here you can see things that are over 100 miles away, and I was like that's incredible. So there was like, okay, see this big rock down here. I'm like, yes, I'm looking at it, I'm like reading it and looking out, and it said, okay, that rock is like 5 miles away. And
That's
it doesn't
crazy.
look that far from the perspective that you're at. It looks maybe like I mean, it looks like if you started running down the hill, you could be there in a couple of minutes. You're up on a, I guess a mountain, but it's in kind of a valley.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, and so then it's like, look at this, and you're like, okay, that looks a little bit further. It's yeah, that's 20 miles away. Okay, now look out at these mountains. That mountain range is like 50 miles away, and these mountains in the background are 100 miles away. So that was incredible. I think you could see the San Francisco peaks from there. Um,
And I
it
wouldn't
was really
know
cool.
because I didn't get down.
Yeah, she
I
didn't get
was
out of the
probably
car.
napping already.
She did take a nap on the way back. She missed some of the good stuff. Because then after that, I went to Newspaper Rock, where you could see the um,
Is it called the
petroglyphs.
we looked at it,
I think they're called petroglyphs. But yeah, it was cool. So there's these
yeah.
engravings on this giant rock called Newspaper Rock. I think because it said something that that tribes would leave messages there. It looked like as they were traveling through, maybe.
Was it for the
Um,
passerbys? Oh, you did say travelers.
Yeah, exactly. And then the petrified wood was just incredible. There was this area that we got to that was literally like the petrified forest area where there is the most petrified wood in this one area than there is in the rest of the entire world is like in this one area. And you can see on the cliff where the rock is falling away, there's petrified wood inside of it that's like falling away. It's this huge forest of all this petrified wood. And we've got cool
Yeah.
pictures of that. We'll post that on Instagram for everybody to see. I was pretty amazed by it. But one of my favorite things was going to the gift shop that we had parked at, and they had petrified wood there that they had sanded so that you could see the inside, and it's like these bright colors. It's like wood that's been turned to stone, right?
Why
And
did you not buy
the
one?
color because I was afraid that you would think it was bad luck.
It's bad luck if you steal it. It's not bad luck if you, like, purposely buy it because, they're selling it. It probably goes back to the forest,
Well,
the
what
money.
if the people at the gift shop stole it?
No, I don't think
Mm,
so. That
that's true. I
wouldn't
mean,
that
I'm not
be
blaming them
part
for
of the
stealing, but
national park? Because they have to sell things to make profit to help the forest.
it was not part of the national park. No, it was outside of the park.
Oh,
Yeah,
I need to Google that.
I know. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I'm sure they didn't steal it, obviously, but I don't know where the wood came from. But you're usually so weird about that stuff. I was like, she'll be like,
Yeah,
wait a second, you took petrified wood?
that's true.
No, I did not. I didn't. But anyway, they sand it down and then it's like reds and greens and turquoises and these bright royal blues. It's so beautiful. It's honestly one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's so cool. So we spent a
Okay.
long time there. What?
Okay. So the gift shop is part of the Petrified Forest. It
There's a
says
gift shop
here.
inside of the gates. This was outside of the gate.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh,
Correct. Yeah, there's one inside the Petrified Forest, but this one was outside of it that's why we parked there before we went in. But I think it might have been on indigenous land, so there was
did
probably
we?
petrified wood there too before the forest.
Yeah, did we enter via the north entrance of I-40?
No, we entered it on the south side.
Was it the
Yep,
Crystal Forest Museum and gift shop?
maybe. I feel
I
like
mean, I
it
think
might have been
that's it.
across the street from that. I don't know if it was called a museum, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's a few gift shops outside, um, and they're not allowed to take the stuff from inside, but if it's outside, they can.
Right. Right. But isn't there still like a thing about if you take the wood, it's bad luck? I mean, does it matter if it's inside the park gates? If you take the petrified wood from its resting place there in Arizona, isn't that the legend that that the wood carries bad luck?
Imma give you an answer here shortly.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured again,
No.
I think that that's indigenous land on the outside of the park there, and I'm sure there's petrified wood there outside of the national monument.
So it says, "No, it's not considered bad luck to take petrified wood from the outside of the park as long as you buy it from a shop or collect it legally from private land with permission."
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I should have bought some petrified wood then. So
So, the famous curse specially targets those who steal wood from inside the national park. So that's the
oh, okay.
curse. Yeah.
Alright. Now we know. We'll have to go back and get some petrified wood.
Let me get comfortable again.
Okay. So
Yeah.
obviously we spent a long time at that park because it was so cool and we wanted to see the whole thing. So we drove it back and, you know, forth, right?
Mhm.
The entire so almost 60 miles of national park. So we
Yeah.
spent a long time in there. And so by the time we got back on the road, we were running a little bit late to our destination to Fire Rock. That's why we ended up getting there a little late. But
Mhm.
it all worked out. Everything worked out fine. The next morning we got up and we were heading towards Albuquerque and we stopped at in the middle at another national monument. Which one was that?
It was, don't tell me, the
I'm not going
Painted
to. I'm
Desert.
gonna make you say it.
I wrote all this stuff down. Well, you did. It was the Painted Desert.
What was it? No, we did that the day before. We did the Painted Desert
Oh,
and the Petrified Forest.
it was El Malpais.
Exactly. I make you say it because I can't say
Yeah.
it. Every time I say it, it sounds wrong. I'm sure it is wrong. I say it wrong.
Just a little bit. I mean, not that bad.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
so we
I'm
were
not
at
trying to
the
mess it up.
El Malpais National Monument.
That was super cool. That was another one of those places, like when we went to Oak Creek Canyon, that wasn't really someplace that was on our list to stop. We were just looking for someplace to stop and on the way to Albuquerque, and it came up. And so it was just like an unplanned stop, and it turned out being one of our favorite stops. Um,
Mhm.
it was free, which I love. Uh, the gentleman who was working in the, like, information,
In the
you know, like
information
the
center.
welcome center.
Yeah.
Yeah, was so nice, and I had so many questions, and he answered all of them and told me all about the park and what I was like, "I'm so sorry I'm taking up your time." And he was like, "Oh, no, this is what I'm here for." He was very nice and informative. And so the park is there because it is a lava field. Basically, it's full of lava rock, and it was the last. It's the site of the last volcanic eruption in the continental United States, which was 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. It was so cool. It was, I just wanted to touch it, you know? Mm.
Yeah, it was really cool. So we ended up again parking the Winnebago at the Welcome Center. There was a nice big lot that had room for big vehicles in the back. So if you were towing a motor, if you were towing your RV or if you had a motor home, plenty of parking. We weren't the only ones there. But anyway, we left it there and then we drove because they use like state highways, but they, you know, had a map of the park. And so we drove about, I don't know, 12 miles away to the Sandstone
Ho
Canyon
It
Lookout, I
was
think it was
the,
called.
Sandstone Bluffs lookout.
Sandstone Bluffs Lookout, yeah. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was it was quite a drive. It was a little bumpy. Not terrible,
Mhm.
but a little bumpy, rocky road. And you get to the top of this bluff, and the lookout was stunning. It
Mhm.
was just incredible. You're looking out, you can see for miles and miles and miles, and you're looking at like this volcanic rock in the valley below. And it was just, I don't know, it was breathtaking, truthfully. It was so
I
cool.
yeah. I I I like going up high where you can look down, and it's just like, how does Mother Nature do this? You know?
Yeah,
It's freaking
I know.
incredible. It
It
when
was
you go
so
out there and
incredible.
yeah, when you go out there and look at this stuff, it's just like we take all of this for granted. People need to just get out there and look at it and stop touching the land
Right.
because it's just
I know.
gorgeous.
It honestly though, it was so, and I didn't even know it was there. That's the other thing, like, we just happened to see it on the map, and we're like, "Oh, let's stop here on the way because we need a, like, in between spot." And, um, yeah, and then it becomes one of our favorite stops, which I think,
Mhm.
again, happened at Oak Creek Canyon. It's the same thing. It's like we
Mhm.
didn't even know about it until you're standing there and, till you see it on a map along your route.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
was so cool. And you could hike on the rocks up there. There were people like, hiking and hanging out on like, like having
yeah.
picnics. There was so much space. You weren't on top of anybody. It was basically you had your own little corner to yourself.
Yeah.
Um, a little scary because there's nothing blocking you from the edge. I mean,
There's
you're
no
right
railing.
on the edge of
If
a
you wanted to
cliff.
go to the
Yeah,
end, uh, you know what? I wonder if people rock climb there.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's so you can walk right to the edge, which we did, but it was a very windy day, so we got a little nervous. But we did take some cool photos.
And also,
We
I
got
didn't
some
have the
cool
proper
shots.
shoes, so it's not
Yeah,
like I could have just climbed up more. I was wearing my barefoot shoes.
that's true. And we'd left the Winnebago back at the information center, so there was no way for you to change. But we still hiked around. There was a cool little, like, camping area there too that had a fire pit and a grill and space for a tent. Uh, I don't know, I was like, "That would be so fun to camp up here."
I think so.
Highly
I
recommend.
I would like to go up there if we had a van, like a van life, or a smaller RV,
Okay.
and then just stick it up there and camp or dry
Yeah,
camp. Yeah.
definitely. Highly recommend. If you are driving through the area, if you're in New Mexico on your way from, Flagstaff area to Albuquerque, it's like right along the route there. And definitely worth a stop. Totally. Should do it. Stop and see it. And it's much bigger.
Yeah.
That's the only stop that we made aside from like the information center, but it's a huge park. There's so much more to see. There's even some arches there, which I
Wow.
know is like famous in um Sedona, but there's
Mhm.
some in New Mexico too, and there's some in this park. So highly recommend checking it out if you're ever there.
Yes, definitely. So for that question about visitors rock climbing,
Yeah.
they do, but it's not
Hmm.
traditional. Yeah, so it
Okay.
says, yes, visitors can explore and scramble on rocks at the Sandstone Bluffs overlook in the Malpais National Monument, but it is not traditional. Developed rock climbing area.
We did do some scrambling while we were up there,
Yeah, so it's better to
but
basically just rock climb in between boulderings or whatever.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool. So, do you have an update for us on the Wonder Hunt?
No new updates. We are um what do you call it? Releasing our next video of the hunt. So I've decided that each week I'm going to release a new one, or maybe like every 3 days I'll release one just to get it going because there's been a few places that we've put a sticker on.
All right.
Yeah.
Love that. Um and oh my god, I forgot what I was going to say. Uh oh, how many followers do we have on Instagram then?
Last time I checked, we were up to 72.
All right, moving right along. So as soon as we get to 100, we'll have a giveaway, right?
Yes, I wanna do a giveaway, once we hit 100 followers. So I'm working on the prices.
Yay.
Yes. I figured, like, it could just be, like, a little basket with a few, um, like, postcards or something like that, so I'm putting it together.
Awesome. Also,
Yeah.
we have some plants. Obviously, we have a ton of plants, but we
Mhm.
have some that we've propagated. So if you're interested in a plant, just reach out to us and we will send you a propagated little
Little
plant.
plant. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I sent out our first plant gift, and,
Yes.
they've received it. So they sent a picture,
Yay.
and they are putting it in a pot.
Yay.
Yeah.
So exciting.
We have another visitor
That's
here.
that's Cecilia's hyperfixation at the moment is
Yes, little plants. So
gardening,
I'm trying
planting.
to keep him alive because
You're
we
doing a great
this
job.
cat.
They're very happy, happy plants, and they're little
Yeah,
tiny Winnebago. Well, I mean, I guess it's
yeah,
not that tiny, but tiny for a bunch of plants.
it
Oh, there's
is.
my bird.
And Bird here says, I know you like planting, but I like unplanting."
She sure does. She loves to dig it up. You plant, she digs.
Yeah. Yeah. So she has a message for everyone out there. She says, yeah.
Oh,
So let's see. There's a few things that I'm going to do with the RV, and I'm gonna start putting updates on there on the
perfect.
socials. Yeah.
I know we've got
And
a few things to work on.
um yeah. So I want to say that I have officially fixed the refrigerator.
Yay!
So now we can use the propane to boot camp. And I'll put it on the
Yeah.
social so you can
So the
see what I
refrigerator
did.
has been working. It just hasn't been working on propane. So
Yeah.
that's very exciting. I
I
can't wait to see the
know.
video. You did that while I was gone.
Yes, I did. And there's other few things
Awesome.
that I'm gonna do a video just so we can see everybody can see what I'm gonna do here. Okay? And that's all I
Sounds
got.
good. That's all I got too. Well, thank you for listening. Remember to like, share, subscribe, send this episode to a friend, and make sure your friends follow us on Instagram too so that we can get to our giveaway.
And send it to
We
your mother.
will send it to your mother, send it to your grandmother, send it to your father and your grandfather and your uncle.
Yes.
They all want to hear it. All of them.
They sure do.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Love you.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye. And we're out.